Alrighty guys, what is going up? Well, welcome back to another episode. In today's video, we are looking at the one and only ticker symbol F Ford Motor Company. So looking at this stock, you guys can see this one has been on an absolute tear. Lows here at $4.52, highs here at $13, guys. So if you would have bought in at the lows, held for the highs here, you'd be up roughly 194%. Crazy, definitely outperforming all of the major indexes, guys, Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. But what is the overall thing? What's going on with this company? Well, they have been in the news quite a bit here over the past couple of months. They are creating their own batteries, which is going to be really, really cool. Very similar to what Tesla does and a little different than what GM does. So I think that's definitely going to put them ahead of some other car companies, especially in the electric auto space. Not to mention, Ford is definitely turning their heads towards the electric auto space and autonomous driving. They're heavily invested in both of those, and me personally, I think that is definitely the wave of the future. And that's why a lot of people love Tesla, is because they have such a big front runners advantage right now, because they already have electric vehicles, they already have autonomous driving, and now a lot of other car companies are kind of falling in suit, seeing what Tesla has done. So looking at the stock chart, you guys can see it does have some pretty hard resistance here at $12. It's hit it multiple times. Then that old resistance did turn into new support here, and we did get a little buying pressure before massive sell-off, finding some more support here at around $11 before we saw some more buying pressure stepping in. So if you guys look very, very close, you guys can see this 90 moving average line. This 90 moving average line really acts as a momentum indicator, so you can see exactly what's going on with this company, the overall direction. So just by looking at it, you know that this has an upward trend, which is great. Now, when the stock is above it like it is right in here, you guys can see it does have a tendency to use it as some support. So it comes in contact here, here, and here. So now we classified this as some pretty hard support. We have seen a lot of buying pressure entering this stock, which is great. So looking at the fundamentals here. Now, fundamentals for any business is super, super important here. One thing that I do not like about Ford, and I have said this multiple times because I think it's the most important thing, is this right here, the total debt. Now, Ford has $136 billion in debt, which is the largest out of any car company. And if you break down their revenue here, you guys can see the past 12 months they made, or the trailing 12 months, they made roughly $129 billion, which is, yeah, it's a ungodly amount of money, but when you compare it to the long-term debt, it's quite a bit. And with the total expenses being $122 billion, they're not left with a lot of money. After you pay your employees, all of that stuff, you're only left right now with around $6 billion, which seems like a lot, yes, because it is, but that overall debt really, really weighs down the company. And I've said this multiple times because it's super important here. But not to mention, looking at the overall, the finances right in here, you guys can see we've had some beat earnings, which is good, but nothing fantastic really. And then right in here, you guys can see the revenue did drop from 2019, which was probably a little expected because of everything going on in 2020. So I really think that's super important. So in 2021, we obviously hope to see more buying pressure enter and have some more cars get sold. You guys can see that in Q2 of 2020, they only made $19 billion. And you guys can see in the past other earnings, they made 36, 35, 37. So right in that zone here. So we really would like to see them make a little more. I'd love to see them make it like 39 to 40. So they can, one, start paying off some debt, because that is it's so bad. And if we find the cash on hand, I believe that would be in the cash flow right here, if they have it. You guys can see that they don't have a lot of cash. They have roughly 23 billion in cash, which seems like a lot, yes, but you compare it to that long-term debt weighing 123 billion, you guys can see how it dilutes the company here. So for me, Ford, yeah, I really think there's a lot of potential with the company and everything that they're doing. They're the most, sought after stock right now in Robinhood, and they sell the most trucks out of any other car company out there. So I definitely think there's some huge advantages that Ford has, but they also have to do some stuff on the fundamental side because the chart looks phenomenal. Me personally, I think that this would be probably like a 5 to 6 out of 10 if I was going to rate it, because that long-term debt dilutes the company. It's not like it's a roaring stock right now and a roaring company. It's definitely more of a conservative investment if you ask me. And yeah, it's still pretty risky. So for me to hop into that, I would like it to be under $11 for sure. But another good strategy that you guys could do would be dollar cost average it. Use the volatility of Ford to your advantage so you can get a good average price for those shares because there's still risk involved, of course. So you can get a good average price over whatever time period you want and make a ton of money, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And overall, I hope you guys get something of value. That's kind of my honest opinion of Ford. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care, everyone.